right. Hey, Kelly, good to see you.
David!
Yay. Let's see. Do we have Kelly on the dragon? Wave from the dragon. We're working on that.
Oh my God.
The dimensions aren't quite right, but no other stream in our industry
Okay.
has, and we get the mini dragon. That is actually mini Kelly.
Oh,
No other stream in our industry has a co-host on a dragon.
it's true.
It's true. So, are we
How do
ready
you
to start today? Should we bring in our guest?
Yes! I'm so excited.
Hey, do I need to introduce you to each other? Have you met?
No, never, ever,
No.
ever.
I don't
Actually,
know
I
who that
think
is?
when I first met when I first met you, you two were together. I met you on a meeting. We're both working at Vadio, and the three of us were in the meeting. I think I met all three of you. I might have met Kelly at a meeting previously. I'm not sure, but my first memory of Hailey was definitely um, you guys had some new product, and Kelly was the Jedi, and Hailey was the Padawan, and it was Hailey's
Oh my
first.
God.
And you guys chose me because I'm a softie. You guys chose me. I should have told you I was going to bring this up before. You guys chose me because I was a softie. It was Hailey's first attempt at being a product, doing a
Oh,
product demo, and totally rocked it.
yeah.
Totally
Oh
rocked
my
it.
God, that must have been a long time ago.
It was a long time.
That would have been
It was
like
before
9
Let's Do
years ago.
Video. Let's Do Video 6-year anniversary, and this was an article I was writing for the previous company, so it was at least 7 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a cool little product. It was kind of like
Wow.
everything is speaker bars now. This is sort of like a prehistoric speaker bar. It was a predecessor. It was like a dinosaur speaker bar from
I
7
got it,
years
but it
ago.
was Group Station. Remember that thing?
It
I was
might have
gonna
been.
say, I bet you, yep, that huge thing.
Yeah, but it was ahead of its time, and you guys were there.
I love it.
That
We
was
were
very cool.
there.
The good old days.
Vadio Hailey
Aw,
and
good time.
Vadio Kelly. Those are your names. That's how I knew you guys.
Oh God, that was our Twitter handles, wasn't it?
Yeah. I remember when I started, Kelly made me, she's like, you need to get on Twitter. And I remember I literally copy and pasted everything Kelly had. And I was like, how's this? And she's like, you need to make it your own. I was like, oh, like, I was terrified. I was as naive. Like I was very scared of the world at this time in my life. So I'm like, Kelly, what do I do? Like, help me.
That's so funny. And Twitter was so new then. I was still figuring out. I'm like, am I David on Twitter? Should I be Let's Do Video? What should, how do we do Twitter? But yeah, I remember the Vadio Force was out there. That was pretty good early use of Twitter to have everyone branded like that.
That was fun. Oh my
That
God.
was
And then Hailey
was a
moved
good
to Minnesota and she got an apartment building. She got an apartment and didn't ask anyone if it was a good place to live. And she moved into like the most ghetto apartment building
Oh
ever.
no.
It really did. It was terrifying. Like people were trying to get into my apartment all the time. It was
Oh
not
my
good.
God. Oh, that is so
Like,
not
I'm not
okay.
from this big. Yeah, good times.
And there's so many nice places around there. It's so many it's
It was
Minnesota.
so
There's not,
funny.
it's not like it's not like it's all scary neighborhoods up there.
Well, she's moved like 4 times.
Yeah, I think I was. Yeah, I think I couldn't afford much, and I was kind of like, well, this is cheap. Must be safe.
Sure.
Oh,
It was awesome. I loved it.
mhm. It was pretty funny. Her mom, Kelly, came over one time, and her mom called her multiple times to make sure she was okay.
Uh-huh.
That's funny. We're just watching TV. We're okay.
Uh-huh.
So,
Uh,
Haley, why don't you tell us about the organization you work at now? You briefed me on this a couple times, and it doesn't seem to stick with me well. So I want to get a good understanding of PSNI. Remember the names, the
Sure,
letters,
yeah,
right? All right, help us
you
out.
did. We're PSNI Global Alliance. So we are the largest network of audiovisual integrators in the industry. Basically what PSNI does, we bring integrators together from all over the world to extend each other's business. So if you are a local integrator here in Minnesota and you had a global opportunity or regional deployment opportunity, you can call on the PSNI network and know that your fellow integrator within the PSNI network will handle your installation, the service agreement, everything kind of per the protocol that you've already agreed on with the client. We handle that through global deployment certification. So every PSNI member, aka integrator, is required to get certified for global deployment with PSNI. That's kind of the way that we can ensure that the process and protocols are followed through the entire, from installation to service agreements at the end. So it's basically how we do it. And then beyond that, obviously there's other opportunities for our integrators, but really ultimately it's bringing integrators together to kind of handle larger deployments than they could on their own.
So it's like a club.
Actually,
I mean, you could call it that.
That's cool.
no, that helps me because
Sorry?
I thought it was I knew it was a group of integrators, but I thought you guys were like sharing information and marketing materials. I thought it was like, kind of like how user groups do. User groups, they just share there's a lot of forums and a lot of that kind of stuff. I didn't actually realize this was sharing business. I mean, and that kind of complicates things. These are
Yeah.
competitors, right? I mean, I don't know if I'm an integrator, so if I join the organization and I have a job somewhere that I can't get to, I'm going to give it to one of my competitors. Am I happy about that? I guess I want the work to get done, and I guess the trade-off is the competitors might give things to jobs to me, but it really seems like, I mean, aren't all your members fighting with each other?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the beautiful thing. Honestly, as cheesy as it sounds, it's kind of the cool thing in the room because they all acknowledge that they are competing with one another. They do acknowledge that. But at the end of the day, they also, our entire foundation is built on trust. And we really uphold our integrators to follow certain guidelines. So when you are doing business for another integrator, helping them out in a different location that they can't get to, we do not allow that they would ever steal that client. That source integrator, as we call it, is still very much involved in the entire process. And the partner integrator, therefore, is just kind of following that guideline. And that's why we felt the certification was really important. There certainly is the element of forum sharing. There's certainly the element of, yes, all of the things that you said before, we have that too, but ultimately they're there to drive business to each other and to extend their own business. So it's
Cool.
honestly a really cool thing. We're in a room of hundreds of people and you start hearing the projects that they're doing with each other and how they're tackling that with another partner, and just to hear, like, I don't know, it's true like simpatico situation where you're just they really become friends and trust each other. And every integrator has to reapply every year. It's not once you're in, you're always in. And basically
cool.
they get graded by their fellow peers to make
Oh,
sure
wow.
that they're following these guidelines and they're doing the best that they can do. So we really hold our
awesome.
integrators to a very high standard, and they're very highly vetted in the meantime. So yeah, you're absolutely right. They certainly like our competitors at times, but they're the first to say, I don't want to lose business to you because you're part of the PSNI network. So I want one of us to get this. And then they discuss it, negotiate it, and go from there.
Cool.
So it really is a very cool situation. Yeah, it really is neat.
It's kind of self-regulating. If let's say I was an integrator and I'm like, I'm not a very moral person, and I'm going to join and I'm just going to game the system. I'm going to get a bunch of business out of it. I'm not going to share a bunch of business. I'm going to steal, customers. I'm going to be sneaky about it. I'll do it, talk to them behind people's backs. I'm going to get low rated. Basically my peers will tell on me to you,
Yep.
and I'll be
They
either
are,
kicked out or just somehow managed.
yep, they are peer reviewed annually and then per project. So it really is a great situation. We have project reporting happening basically to understand, when you're the source integrator, you're the guy who found the project and you're then outsourcing it to your fellow PSNI integrator. There's essentially a report card that goes down the line as to how the relationship went. So
That's cool.
And that's awesome. And I'm thinking now you
yeah,
have access to
it
all
really
these
is neat.
integrators. We could learn so much. Can
Yeah.
we send out surveys? I want to learn from your thousands of integrators what's going on in the world. Like, like, no one's going to the office. Are they being sent to executives' homes to make home studios for executives now? Or are they going to the office to prepare them for post-pandemic and spreading out chairs and setting wide angle cameras? I want to know what all your members are doing. Ooh, I'm getting excited. I mean, there's so much going on. We have access to all these integrators who are figuring it out. I want to know. I'm sure, are you learning stuff
Yeah,
from them
I mean,
already, or?
absolutely. So another huge part of PSNI is our KPIs. So we're able to put together different KPIs that, the industry can't really do themselves at times. So we do everything from end user studies to marketing audits. We do a financial review. We do a employee engagement review, a customer service and satisfaction review, basically tapping into the entire network and understanding everything. So like I handle the marketing audit, for example. So basically I'm allowed to go across the entire 80 some integrator network and understand here's where collectively we are very strong and collectively where we are very weak. And then that's where I produce new programs on the PSNI end to make us all stronger. So it really is, again, everything we do, we have all these different business studies that we always are tackling, and that really formulates our strategy and our planning as well, which is very, very cool.
It's cool. It's that whole idea of like, together we are stronger.
Yeah, but they're all competitors, which
And
makes
that's
it
kind of our
wild.
theme. It's kind of, we are stronger together than any of us are apart.
Uh-huh.
I hate
That's
to
neat.
interrupt, but we have an important stream announcement. Paige is in the chat, everyone. Let's say hi to Paige. Paige, hold on.
Paige!
The kitties want to say hi to Paige. Okay. Huge stream feature is when Paige shows up in chat.
Truth.
So, okay. So the three of us, we were joking before we started the stream that we've been remote working for years. I mean, almost as long as we've known each other. At least part-time we've been, you guys had offices to go to sometimes during those times, but for the most part, we've been either part-time or full-time remote workers. But the entire world, the entire world is changing to join us now. So for us, it's nothing new, and we're sharing what we learned and everything else. But what I'm interested in is your integrators. They're the ones who are going to have to make this
Yeah.
change. If we're going to physically change, the offices are going to look different when we get back. There's going to be less people. It's going to be more spread out. We're going to have different equipment. Maybe when you walk through doors, sanitizer is going to squirt out at you and stuff. I mean, we're going to have new technologies. So are 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 we like in hunker down, figured out, getting ready to go back mode? Are we deployed? Do all of your integrators have people out in the offices, drilling holes in walls and running wires and rebuilding? Is it crazy out there, or is it like wait and see?
So it's a good question. It's really regionally based, it seems. So just kind of like what's happening in APAC right now is very different than what's happening in the US or EMEA. But I think that the majority, I would say, are certainly back in the office. The funny thing is, it's like the pandemic drove technology. Technology did not drive itself, which is kind of we're catching up, right? Which kind of plays into that whole experience situation of like, I don't know, the people are really forcing us to come up with these creative ideas, which is very, very cool. And our integrators, yeah, I mean, we're seeing very creative solutions right now. Like, for example, we just released an education guide, and some of the creative solutions people are coming up with, like turning basically gymnasiums into their classroom now, essentially to spread people out and do it in a safer distance. And then the integrator coming in to equip a gymnasium to do something it had never been meant to do.
Mhm.
So we're just seeing very creative solutions from, I think, the end user, and then the integrators kind of coming in and outfitting that. And I think that's, very, very cool.
That's
cool.
super cool. And I downloaded that report, and it's fantastic. So if anybody out there who's looking for kind of the return to classroom hybrid environments, download the PSNI ebook guide thing. It's awesome.
Oh, if remind me, and I'll put a link to it
Yeah.
in the description of this video down below.
Perfect.
Excellent. Right down there. Yeah,
I shared it with
a true
another group too that loved it too. So just shameless plug for Hailey and PSNI.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah, it is. It's very, we tapped into the entire network. So we have a truly regional perspective on it, which so you can kind of understand like what different people are facing, which I think is very cool. And then we actually did something crazy and talked to the end user and said, hey, what are you actually facing? And what do you think of this? So it really is a very cool situation. And then obviously I feel like I keep saying cool, but anyway, we
Because
also
you're
tapped
cool.
into the manufacturers. So cool.
Like
But we
the
tapped
Jonas
into the
Brothers.
manufacturers too. Yeah, that's me. Call me Jonas Hailey.
Sorry, I'm totally interrupting you.
I love it. Yeah, but no, I mean, even the manufacturers have really stepped up to the plate, I feel, and, are coming up with, again, very creative solutions. So I think there has been some really good that's come out of this, as much as it sucks, frankly. The pandemic, I'm sick of it. Business being lost, people losing jobs. I mean, it's a horrible situation, but we certainly are seeing a really cool drive in our industry right now.
Tony in
I
chat
think
thinks
it's
it's
making
cool.
us, a lot more important. It's so cool.
It's so
God,
cool.
I never say cool this much, but here we go.
But it really is. It's not just I mean, now I'm just going to be stuck because cool is the word, or it really is the word. It's not just for safety. It's not just nice. It's not just functional. This technology they're coming up with is actually cool. It is. I mean, that's the word. When I think of, for example, when you go into a meeting room, I don't want to touch the touchpad anymore because maybe the person who touched it before, had cooties. I don't want to, so what are we going to do? And people are talking about
Cooties.
voice, starting, start my meeting. Or I love this idea. My phone is my phone that I touch. Make this my remote control. I open an app and it's my meeting app and it starts my meeting, whether it's whatever kind of meeting room system it is. And this stuff isn't, I'm sorry, but that's cool. It really, really is. Even without pandemic, that kind of technology is neato. Can I say when we say neato instead of cool? And we're coming up with these solutions because we have to. Uh-oh, hold on. You just got switched. How'd that happen?
That was me. Sorry.
I'm your co-host.
Uh-oh. All right, hold on.
I'm the new co-host now. I got promoted.
Let me see.
Oh no,
I
are we
gotta
falling
move.
apart?
Yeah, I could fix it. Hold on.
Technology is so cool.
There we go. On the fly OBS adjustments. We can fix
Sorry.
anything. No, you're good. You're good. Hey, you want to hold on? You feel bad? I'll put you back on the dragon.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. You know you're not in any trouble if you're riding on a dragon. You're definitely safe. So what were we talking about? Oh, okay, yeah. So the cool technology I love, and it is cool, and we're right to say that it's cool. I love the cool technology. I love the voice stuff. I love the idea of I walk in a room and a dispenser comes out and spritz the disinfectant on my hands. I like not having to touch things. One thing that I haven't heard a good solution for, and I'm kind of freaking out about it, and I'm hoping that some integrators somewhere, someone has figured it out, is elevators. What are we going to do about the elevators?
Oh, yeah.
We can make them voice, we can make them touchpad, we can make I like the idea of foot pedals, but we can't, there's only 6 feet of space in them. And if an elevator is a limit of one person at a time, I used to work in a building. We were squished. Because we'd already waited for 3 elevators full of people. I'm squishing against people.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe elevators, going forward will just be for people that have like disabilities and everybody else can take the stairs.
I worked in a 30-story building. I was on the 30th floor.
Yeah, but that's okay, David. You just get a lot of exercise.
I was wearing a suit.
Exactly. But things are changing now. I mean, people aren't wearing suits. People aren't showering.
But okay, once a day. But I would go up. I would have to, 3 or 4 times a day. I can't do. I can't do 7. I can't do 1,000 steps a day.
But are as many people on elevators now because not as many people are returning to work, or there's a hybrid environment happening there. So, maybe, who knows?
Maybe the less traffic will make it okay. I was thinking for down is easy. Down you just have slides or fireman poles. But up is hard.
In your suit?
Yeah, you
maybe
just take. But up is, how do you get people up? I can't figure that part of it out.
Just hold on. Get that workout in.
I don't know. I think it's like in when we had Victoria on last week, it's like, and even like Haley's talking, it's like people adapt. You know, that's the cool thing is like we've
Mhm.
already adapted to this new normal or
I'm gonna
whatever.
get rid of the dragon.
And it's like, but it's people are positive and they adapt and they figure out a way to make things work. And I'm sure the elevator will be just like that. You know, maybe they will, you know, install slides and
So
fireman
cool.
pole.
I'll go back to working in the office if I can do a 30-story fireman pole.
But then you have to wear gloves, don't you? Otherwise you'll hurt your hands.
Yeah, and there might be cooties on the fireman pole.
Oh
And
my
you gotta be
Oh,
And you
right.
could
whoa.
fall off and die.
Or that.
We'll have to think of something. But
Or you
maybe
can fall off and die.
but I think your overall point is right. Is that I shouldn't be freaking out because humans do adapt, right? We figured out how to adapt to working apart by using video. And we've figured out how to adapt to the fact that we don't want to be on video all day by being on chat with each other all day. You and I back and forth on chat, and then when it's time to work, we hop on video. So we've adapted. That's our thing. Maybe the elevator people are, just as
The
smart,
elevator
and
people.
the elevator people are figuring out the elevators. We're the video people. We're figuring out the video part. The elevator people figure out the elevator part.
When's the last time you were in an elevator?
Me?
Anyone.
Yes, you.
Can't take this.
I can't take this.
I don't
Oh
go
my
anywhere. I don't go anywhere. So I'm not a typical example, but I used to every day go on a 30-story elevator ride several
I
times a
think all
day.
that stuff is going to change. Like Kaylee said, people aren't going into the office as
Yeah.
much.
There
I
was a
don't know.
Starbucks on the ground
Obviously, there'll be
floor,
a
so
capacity to it.
But that's like the subway too, right?
what are they going to do about the subway?
Yeah.
Just less people.
Less people.
I mean,
guess.
also, it's wear your mask, and it's just going to have to be things like that, I guess. I don't know if an elevator is ever going to completely go away because, to David's point, 30 stories is a jaunt. But
Jaunt. You have a nice
People
butt
jaunt.
after a couple days, though.
Yeah. I'm about.
those glutes and leg muscles will be good. Oh man, I gotta
but
stop my video for a sec.
Oh, okay.
I'm back. Sorry, I was tearing up and my nose was running from laughing so hard.
Okay, that just means we're having fun. You know what we need is sponsors. I'm about to take a sip of my delicious Bai
Oh my god.
antioxidant infusion. Blueberry delicious. And the
Are
fact
you
that
gonna
they're
be a
not
Bai
sponsoring,
influencer now?
I think we should be. This stuff has like almost no sugar.
Yeah.
Oh no.
By amp influencer.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Canada Maple Leafs.
That was an old cup.
Also
Canada.
give a shout out. This is actually is one of our sponsors. Pexip.
Oh my god, are we just shouting out brand names?
Well, the reason I'm shouting out Pexip now.
Just
Oh, look,
look
and
up all
it
our
matched up.
compliments.
Look at that. Their logo is down in the thing here that matched up the timing.
Got nothing.
But the reason I'm shouting them out is not just because they're a sponsor and they have a good video service, but they gave me this mug, which is electronic. See how it's lighting up? Or it just was a second ago.
Ooh.
It has an app. I chose the color and I can choose the temperature. It's got a heater inside.
But it's not
So-
very good for if you put milk in your coffee.
No, I realized I was doing it wrong. I had it on the too hot of a setting. If you put it on the latte
Ah.
setting, it doesn't make the skin on top.
So gross.
Yeah, that was a little gross.
That is gross.
Can
you
you hear
have
my
it-
dog
The
slurping
skin
water?
off my coffee.
But I love that. I retired all my other coffee mugs and always have 131-degree coffee all day long. You guys don't care. You go back and talking about elevators. Let's see what the kittens think. Checking in with the kittens. Yeah, they're not impressed. They're not impressed with my coffee story.
All right. Well, on that note, should we wish everyone a happy Thursday? Is that what day it is today?
Unbelievably. This week has been crazy. On Monday, I think we were like, wow, it's been quite a week.
What? Yeah, it has been. It's been quite a month, quite a summer, quite a year.
Oh, and we
Pretty
already have
here.
our guest lined up for next week. Ryan Root from STEM Audio is going to be here to talk about STEM Audio. Yes, some new announcements. We've
Oh,
been shooting from the
what?
cuff here. We've been doing this quick and fast, and we actually have guests lined up in advance now, so it's pretty exciting.
We're soups profesh.
It's very
We're
cool.
calling in favors. I was like, what's going to happen when I call up all the favors and I used up all my friends for our guests?
But by that time, the stream is taken off. We have a huge audience, and people are just lining up to.
Huge.
I have no idea I'm doing that every time. Our phone will be ringing off the hook. People wanting to be guests on this thing, so I have no fears.
All right. Well, thank you, Hailey, so much. It was wonderful to have you. And while I'm in Minnesota, we definitely have to hang out.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being
Thank
here.
you guys for having me.
And
Where can
thanks-
people find you?
Yes, where can people find you?
You can find me at PSNI_Hailey on Twitter or on LinkedIn. Hailey Klein. And you can find PSNI at psni.org and PSNI_AV on Twitter.
Woo!
And if anyone wants to know what PSNI does, I can explain it now, and it's very cool.
What does PSNI stand for?
Ooh, I don't know that.
Professional Systems Network International. Or
Okay.
Inc., I think it actually is. Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you so much, Hailey, and thank you so much, Kelly.
Thanks,
And
guys.
thank you, everyone, for watching. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, and we will be back next week, same time.
And if you have any ideas for elevators, let us know.
Elevator ideas, yes.
Yeah, let it.